What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about silver and gold, but I mainly wanted to focus on the 3 reasons crypto is crashing, plus a 4th bonus reason as well. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more, and of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. If you refer 1 friend by the end of the month, they're going to give you 10 free stocks for the referral, and if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Monday, June 20th, 2022. And not only that, it's also about 4 o'clock in the morning right now as I'm filming this video. But as I'm filming the video, the spot price of silver is $21.58. It's down 6 cents today so far, or down 0.28%. A mild red day for the beautiful white metal. Spot price of gold is $1839.90. It's up 10 cents, or up 0.01%. The most mild of mild green days for the beautiful yellow metal. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 84 to 85 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so for those of you that didn't know, crypto has been on a massive decline this entire year so far. You could argue that everything's been in a massive decline, and you wouldn't be wrong. Stocks are down, metals are down, heck, even Joe Biden is down. But the worst decline we've seen this year is hands down when it comes to crypto. I mean, just look at Bitcoin. At its highs in November, it was around $67,000. Fast forward to this weekend, and it dropped all the way below $18,000. That's about a 75% drop in price in, what, like 7 months, maybe 8 months? That's huge. Now, there are a couple of different reasons why this is happening. 4 reasons that I'm aware of, but for SEO purposes, we're going to call it 3 reasons plus a bonus reason. But also, just for transparency, as I always say, I'm personally not the biggest fan of crypto. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. I can respect it as a form of diversification, but honestly, it's just not really my thing. Just like how silver isn't for everyone, stocks aren't for everyone, real estate's not for everyone, crypto's not for everyone. And there's nothing wrong with that. Who cares? Moving on. There are a number of reasons why this crypto crash is happening right now. Number 1, the same reason everything else is down. All of the economic uncertainty and financial hardships that we're seeing at this time. This entire year so far, we've been seeing more and more people liquidate their holdings when it comes to stocks, metals, crypto. People have been taking their foot off the gas on real estate as well, by the way. And due to everything going on right now, there are more reasons to be fearful than there are to be confident in this economic climate. Our currency is suffering. Our economy is shrinking. We're almost certainly currently in a recession right now. We have supply chain constraints still. We're looking at massive layoffs, the war in Ukraine, and inflation is higher than Tommy John.
Leo, man, this place is a mess.
Yeah? You should see my garage.
This is your garage, man.
Well, then you see what I mean. It's a mess.
Point being is that During times of economic uncertainty, geopolitical conflict, and likely recessions, etc., 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 we tend to see a lot of the different markets fall. The next reason crypto is falling is because of something a little bit more crypto focused. We were supposed to get a Bitcoin Spot Exchange Traded Fund, or ETF for short, which would track the value of Bitcoin within an index and be available to buyers and sellers on regular stock market exchanges rather than exclusively on crypto trading platforms. This has been discussed for a while now, and the plan, I was under the impression, was set in stone, but it seems as though the ones in charge are dragging their feet, are procrastinating, are beating around the bush, and just for whatever reason, not getting around to it. So it's still yet to come to fruition, which is likely adding to the list of reasons crypto is falling. The next reason is because of a lot of crypto trading platforms right now, crypto trading platforms and exchanges, they've been experiencing some pretty brutal financial hardships. Some of the biggest ones like Crypto.com, Coinbase, and Gemini have all been laying off their workers in crazy large numbers. Other platforms have been locking customers out of their accounts, preventing them from being able to sell. And the scariest example I can think of right now is what's allegedly going on with Celsius. Long story short, Celsius, which sells staked Ethereum, appears to be dealing with an illiquidity issue and apparently isn't able to follow through on their promise to pay 7 to 17% yields. And due to this issue, it seems as though they're frantically trying to lure in new customers with the same promise so that they're able to afford paying their current customers who are trying to get out. Doesn't sound all that good. But no one has all of the details on this yet, so that's all I'm going to say. But if this issue turns out to be as bad as it currently looks, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they end up being investigated for operating a potential Ponzi scheme or something like that, because if I'm going to be honest with you, that's what this looks like. And now the fourth and final reason that I'm aware of that's playing a role in the massive crypto crash is arguably the most impactful. But before we get into that, you know how I said in the intro that you can get 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account, and if you refer one friend by the end of the month, they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral, and if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they'll give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple? You know how I said that before? Well, guess what? Not only that, but for every friend you refer to the app that goes and enables crypto trading on the platform, Webull's going to give you $5 worth of a crypto of your choice between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, SHIB, and Cardano. So if you want your free stocks and your free crypto, go get them. If you don't want them, go get them anyway. Then just sell them, and congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver, get you some gold, get you some stocks, if that's what you want. We will link in the description. Okay, so the fourth reason I'm aware of that's causing crypto to fall is because it seems as though the confidence people have in crypto has also been falling. Because as it turns out, these decentralized, unregulated assets seem to be becoming both centralized and regulated as governments continue to push their way in. We're starting to see that if the government doesn't want you to have crypto, they might not be able to directly take it from you, but they can freeze your bank account, they can block your ability to move your crypto under the guise of public safety. I mean, I know this is a pretty extreme example, but look what happened either late last year or earlier this year in Canada during the whole truck driver protest. Canada decided that those truck drivers are now terrorists, and they were cut off from being able to receive funds via crypto or access their bank accounts and work with cash. Now I know that's just one example, and I know there was obviously way more to the story than just that. And of course, this is Canada we're talking about. Canada is pretty loopy to begin with, but if you don't think the US government or any other government is willing to try to pull a fast one like that, you're out of your freaking mind. But anyway, though, on top of all that, people are also seeming to lose some confidence because I believe crypto has been labeled or promoted as an inflation hedge. And I always thought that that was wrong. Not that I thought that it was not an inflation hedge. I thought it was wrong to label it an inflation hedge just because it's so new. In the grand scheme of things, it's brand new. It's only been around for a short period of time. It hasn't really gotten a chance to prove itself to be an inflation hedge. It's something that was new and fresh and exciting, and there was crazy momentum over the last couple of years. But to be honest with you, just throwing this out there, if we were to, I don't know, discover a brand new precious metal today, something very similar would happen to that brand new precious metal because it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting. There would be a lot of hype around it. People would drive right into it, and the price would be skyrocketing over the next couple of years, most likely. Just like a lot of other things that we see. But when something is that new and driven by hype and excitement and emotions, you know, if there's one thing I've learned over the years, if something hits the ceiling that quick, it can hit the floor just as fast. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to crypto. Crypto might be here forever. I have no idea. That's not what I'm talking about here. All I'm talking about is the fact that crypto's too new to be able to say whether or not it can hedge against inflation. We can't say that it can. We also can't say that it can't. We don't know. It hasn't taken the test of time. It's too new to tell. It's too early to make conclusive statements. But over the last year of crazy high inflation, we've seen crypto crash harder than anything else. And I think that right there is shaking up a lot of people's confidence right now. That level of confidence seems to be falling just as quickly as cryptos are. And it's not just Bitcoin. It's every single crypto. Every last one of them. A lot of them have gone to zero. A lot of which were allegedly pegged to the dollar bill, labeled as stable coins, and still managed to go to zero. People have lost 100% on certain cryptos. Like the whole Terra Luna disaster that took place last month. Or earlier this month, whenever that was. It went to zero. It didn't just crash. It went to zero. It went to a fraction of 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 a penny. When it was like $60-something, I believe it was. People lost 100%. This is shaking a lot of people up right now. And again, I'm not saying any of this to hate on crypto. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just keeping it real. We gotta be honest. I know silver and gold have their pros and cons as well. I'm not gonna sit here and say that precious metals are the solution to every problem in the world, or that they're invincible, or that they'd make you invincible. Absolutely not. There are tons of problems with precious metals as well, just like there's tons of problems with real estate, tons of problems with stocks. What you have to do at the end of the day is weigh out the pros and the cons and figure out which one makes the most sense to you. What makes the most sense to you might not align with my way of thinking, and vice versa. What makes the most sense to me might not make any sense to you at all. But you don't have to just pick one thing. It's all about diversification. And if you rewind this video to the beginning, that's exactly what I said. I said I don't love crypto, but I don't hate crypto. I can respect it as a form of diversification. I see nothing wrong with that. I'm all about diversification. So I understand where a lot of people are coming from that dabble in the cryptos, or that gamble with the cryptos, or whatever you want to call it. I don't have an issue with that. That's perfectly fine. But you gotta stay objective, you gotta stay realistic, and you have to focus on what's actually going on. And I'm not just talking about the price. I'm talking about everything that takes place that affects the price. That's what you gotta pay attention to. But anyway though, regardless of whether or not you're into crypto or if you don't even care about it at all, let me know your thoughts on this massive crash down in the comments. Do you agree with me on the 4 reasons that I shared? Can you think of any other reasons? Or maybe you didn't even know about these reasons and you learned something from this video. Head on down to the comments and let me know. But now, of course, moving away from all that, let's get into the silver and the gold. What I had just said about a minute ago was that you have to weigh out the pros and the cons. You have to figure out what makes the most sense. You have to not necessarily focus on the price, although the price is definitely something you're going to want to pay somewhat attention to. It's an important number, but what's even more important than that is to focus on everything that goes on in the world that affects the price. Don't just look at the price tag. Look at the world events that drive the price tag up or drive the price tag down. See, when it comes to silver, and also when it comes to gold, by the way, I have a nice little selection on display today. We have some Creatures of the North, some miscellaneous coins, the 5-ounce Aztec calendar, a nice handful of 90% underneath everything, a 10-ounce bar, a 1-ounce bar, some junk silver over here, some Queen's Beasts over here. Nice little selection, and out of frame, you can't even see it, but I have a nice little pile of gold. Here's some of it. But anyway, when it comes to anything that you're focused on, whether it be the cryptos, whether it be the metals, whether it be the stocks, whether it be real estate, whether it be a certain type of business, it doesn't really matter. Whatever it is that you're focused on, and again, you don't have to pick one thing. You can be involved in multiple things. You could be involved in all of those things. You could be running a business, you can have some real estate, you could stack the precious metals, you can invest in the stock market, and you can gamble with crypto. You could do all of it at the same time, simultaneously, if that's what you want to do. That's 100% up to you. I'm not for it or against it. You do whatever in the world you want to do. But whatever it is that you choose to do, make sure you're paying attention to everything else that's going on in the world that affects the price of what you're focused on. For example, the silver and the gold. Typically, and this is what's kind of cool about silver and gold, this is one of my favorite things about the precious metals. Typically, not always, but typically, silver and gold do the best during times where the economy is just in shambles. When we're going through rough patches, usually, again, not always, but usually the silver and gold strengthen as the dollar bill gets weaker. The most recent example I can give, 2 years ago, the entire economy not only crashed, but was intentionally shut down. And it wasn't just our economy, it was like the entire planet. Everything fell apart. A bunch of people lost their jobs. We printed a crazy amount of currency, and no one in the world knew what was going on. Everybody was like running around with chickens with their heads cut off, getting into fistfights at Walmart over toilet paper. Nobody knew what was happening, and it seemed as though a majority of the planet went into panic mode. They didn't go into desperation mode. That's when things get dangerous. Panic mode is getting there, but not quite there. People were in panic mode. And what did we see silver and gold do very, very quickly? By the middle of 2020, silver had climbed up to the $20 mark for the first time in years. And not only did it hit $20, it climbed its way up to $22, $24, $26, $28. It went up to $29, And in February of the next year, which was 2021, for a split second, silver hit $30. This was the highest silver has gone in years. It's the highest I've ever seen silver go. And what did gold do? Gold hit a brand new all-time high that year. So both precious metals were making headlines. What was the stock market doing? Stock market was down 30, 40, 50%. Everything was crashing. Real estate was falling apart. Businesses were falling apart. People's livelihoods and at-home life were falling apart. But the precious metals were doing pretty good. And if you were stacking the precious metals prior to that happening, you probably made out quite well. Have the silver and the gold come down quite a bit since then due to other things that are taking place in the world right now? Yes, they absolutely have. But guess what? If you were stacking before the crash of 2020, and you look at how far silver and gold have come down over the last year, guess what? You're still well above water. Because when I was stacking silver, spot price was $13, $14, $15. Premiums barely existed back then. Spot price today is down quite a bit from its peak of early 2021, where it hit $30 for a split second. It spent quite a bit of time at $28, $29, by the way. It's not like it went all the way up and came right back down. It went all the way up and it stood up there for quite a bit of time before it started to slowly decline a little bit. It's pulled back since then. But guess what? If you started stacking silver at $13, $14, and you kept stacking silver all the way up to $20, you kept stacking silver on top of that, $25, $28, maybe even $30 at that point, it all averages out. And your average cost probably would have went up to closer to $18, $19 at that point, maybe even $19, $20, $21 at that point. Guess what? You're still up, even if you factor in the premiums. That's just how I look at it. That's just one way I look at it. But it really comes down to everything in the world that's going on. Because like I said, typically, not always, but typically, the silver and gold do the best during times of economic hardships. Which is why I use the silver and gold as one of my many ways of playing financial defense. When I'm in financial offense mode, that's investing. That's building wealth. That's creating wealth. That's generating wealth. When I'm in financial defense mode, that's stacking. That's preserving wealth that I built. And it all comes down to what in the world's going on. I have to look at everything that's taking place in the world. All of these different world events, financial news, economic analysis, just look at everything. And I have to come to a conclusion on my own. What stage of the game am I in? Because I'm going to be playing offense and defense simultaneously no matter what. But I pretty much never go 50-50. Usually I go 75-25, maybe even 90-10. But due to what's going on out there, it helps me dictate which way I should be focusing a majority of my attention. Should I be going 90 stacking, 10 investing? Should I be going 90 investing, 10 stacking? What should I do? I got to evaluate everything and figure it out for myself. And that's pretty much exactly what I've been doing for the last couple of years. And I usually end up doing the opposite of what everybody else seems to be doing. I'm a contrarian at the end of the day, so I usually try to hang out where the least amount of hype is. If I see that people are rallying into this over here, I'll go over there. If they're rallying into that over there, I'll stay over here. And I've gotten it right way more than I've gotten it wrong. I've won way more than I've lost over the last couple of years, so something tells me I'm doing something right. So that's pretty much my game plan. That's pretty much my strategy, and that's how I'm going to continue to do things. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I've said in this video is financial advice. Nothing I've ever said on this channel is financial advice. I'm just simply documenting what I'm doing. I'm documenting my own journey and having some conversations along the way. So Speaking of conversations, I want to know your thoughts, so if you can head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, whether it be about crypto, whether it be about metals, whether it be about personal finance in general, or business stocks, real estate, whatever you want, head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and of course, every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks. They bumped it up to 6 for a limited time only, so capitalize on that while you can. You can deposit any amount, even as little as a penny. It still works. It still counts. You still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you 10 free stocks for the referral. This is part of their advertising budget, by the way. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials that nobody pays attention to anyway, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. It's a beautiful system. And of course, if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Maybe you'll get all 15. Maybe you'll get 10. Maybe you'll get 1. It's completely random. You get what you get and you don't get upset, but you're guaranteed at least 1 anyway, so you win no matter what. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. Again, if you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And of course, for every friend that you refer, you're going to get free stocks, but if they go and enable crypto trading on the platform, Webull's going to give you $5 worth of a crypto of your choice between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, SHIB, and Cardano. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? What are your thoughts on everything that was discussed in the first half of the video, talking about the crash of crypto? What are your thoughts? I shared 3 reasons that I'm aware of this happening, plus a bonus reason. Would you agree with my reasons? Would you disagree with any of them? Would you add any to the list? Let me know in the comments. And then, of course, when it comes to silver and gold, what's your stacking strategy at this time? With everything going on in the world, all these world events and economic hardships that we're currently dealing with and seeing in real time take place, what is your stacking strategy? You leaning more towards silver, leaning more towards gold, or maybe you're taking your foot off the gas when it comes to financial defense and you're focusing a little bit more on financial offense? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.